Before I started playing, really, I was a fan. I was on top of crowds,
Yeah.
and just raging at shows.
Yeah.
It was just fun. I mean, that's all we really did.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, it's time to start playing. And then a bunch of my friends from high school and my cousin, he came out and he started singing. He was just singing, sounding good already. So we put it together.
That feeling, it's like,
he had it.
It's like, man, you get that feeling and you just can't stop it.
Man, that's what happened to us. And before you know it, we're down at Steamboat, you know, playing in front of 600 people. We had our own crowd. Back then, everybody had we didn't even play covers back then. We were just playing our own music, and it was kind of bluesy, but it wasn't, we weren't playing blues. We were just playing whatever we could, throw up. And it was just happening back then for a lot of local bands, you know.
A lot of exploring, experimentation, like, let's just jam.
It was kind of like you can't do any wrong, And
everything sounded good.
People wanted to see me play, and I could barely play. I was like 2 or 3 years into it, just trying to learn, catch up as fast as I could. But I mean, I just had encouragement.
Did you ever have that feeling that, you had a big shoes to fill? Because, having the Vaughan last name, bro, I mean, people expect you to be like the greatest guitarist on earth, man.
That pressure's there for sure.
Yeah, that pressure. How did you deal with that, man?
I don't know. I don't think you ever look up. You just you practice. You get comfortable and you figure out what it is that you do. Yeah. Because I'm gonna do some. We're from the same cloth, those guys. So I'm gonna sound's gonna be familiar. And just some of the mannerisms. Yeah. But I mean, really, there's got to be something that I can offer. Yeah. And that's what I've done throughout the years. I mean, I've got into country music too. I mean, my granddaddy on my mom's side sang country. Yeah. He had the low, deep voice, waltz across Texas with you.
I like that. Sleep at the wheel, all that good stuff.
That was always happening too. Yeah. So
David Allen Cole, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, Shooter Jennings. Yeah. All that stuff is great, man.
Yeah. Hank Williams Jr. A lot of people came out of Texas right there. But, ultimately loved the blues and got into it, started learning how to play blues and stuff. I started singing country, so I've got a country record out there. I've got some blues records out there, just some straight rock and roll stuff. And then I've also gone on the road, and I played with Cyril Neville from the Neville Brothers.
Great guys, man. I mean, amazing musicians out of Louisiana.
I've done my time. I've done some road work.
Legendary, those guys.
Been around the world a couple times. Played in dozens of countries. Wow. Australia. All through Canada, all through the States. I came back home after I went on the road with Cyril Neville, did 2 records with him, and got together with Malford Milligan. He's a cat was with Storyville, and Storyville had the rhythm section of Stevie. So the rhythm section from Stevie, they went and did the Archangels, and then after that they did Storyville. So the lead singer of Storyville, me and him got together, and we cut a record 2 years ago. It's pretty good, and it's out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but now I'm just laying low, looking for my next project, trying to work on new songs, write a bunch of new songs. I'm either going to join up with another singer or just go out there and as Tyrone Vaughan.
Well, I'm sure that, traveling around the world, Canada and all over the place, I mean, you get to a point where you just want to like maybe chill out for a little while and give it a break.
Yeah,
man.
Life gets in the way as well, too. Man. You can't always be out there going nuts, but...
Yeah, I know a lot of, and the music industry is really different nowadays, man, because the artists have to be out on the road to make money. There aren't any CD sales. There aren't any.
Be in front of them.
Yeah, there aren't any, record sales, CD sales. It's all streaming, and then you got YouTube, where you get to hear a lot of music. You can lift it up and make it into an MP3 and make your own. It's really tough, and I've noticed that there's a lot of artists on the road. So the artists have had to kind of adjust their services in order to be able to compensate for the loss in music sales.
100%.
And, I think at some point the concert industry might end up, going the way of the record industry or the recording industry, where, you've got, if you want to go see a band like Iron Maiden in San Antonio,
right,
it's like the price of a vacation, bro.
Right.
If you want to take your girl, you're gonna have, it's a vacation. You take your girl, you take your son, you take your car, you got a room, you need a,
that's gonna hit your wallet.
Yeah, you're gonna buy $1,500 easy, $2,000. That's how much it costs to take the kids to Fiesta, Texas. You know what I mean?
A lot of guys out there in the blues scene, they're playing for the love of it. Their money.
And it's always been that way. It was never about the money with the blues, man.
Yeah, that's how that music works. But, people are out there year after year, playing between 100 and 200 shows easy.
Yeah.
Just to make those ends meet. You better love it.
Yeah. I just went to go see Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago. I took my dad.
He was down here, wasn't he?
Yeah. And he was saying some stories about, blues have been around the United States of America for a long time. Came out of the Delta area, and then kind of moved into the Chicago and all that. But he really thanked a lot the British bands, for bringing blues into the mainstream, because the Rolling Stones were, Led Zeppelin, the Yardbirds, all those bands actually are the ones that kind of, they went towards the blues and they picked it up, and Eric Burdon and the Animals,
Sure, Eric Clapton.
Yeah, and they brought it from Europe over here, and then that's when people found out about, Freddie King,
Albert King,
man,
B.B. King,
yeah, all the Kings, man. Johnny Winter,
Johnny Winter was big.
Yeah,
Billy Gibbons,
yeah, out of Houston, man. A lot of great guitar players, man.